What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the channel. So this video is about how I believe and other people believe that our ancient ancestors, these people that built these pyramids, were able to do some of the things that they did. You know, were able to build the pyramids that they built, were able to cut stones the way they did and move stones thousands of miles and do all these things that even today that we still cannot copy. We are getting closer and closer, though, to understanding what exactly they did. And soon, I think we'll be even able to possibly copy exactly what they did and be able to move stuff like they did. But check this video out and you guys tell me what you guys think.
They're developing technologies right now, and they have been. I've been sitting on this for 7 years without talking. And here's the basic idea, is resonance frequencies. Everything vibrates. If we had an electric razor, plugged it in, turned it on, it's going to move around, isn't it? That's the beginning of the concept because it's vibrating. Everything vibrates at a frequency, and if you know that frequency, you can control things. And I think that's the basic idea of what we're looking at here.
And so through this technology, they're able to move stones or cut stones or all the above?
All the above. And it's all based upon the ancient numbers.
In 1933, two scientists from Poland discovered how to move objects using sound. In 1993, 60 years later, scientists learned how to move small stones using the new sound levitating technology.
Check this out. This is right here. Dope. That's tight. The rocks are levitating using vibration, using sound. It's probably exactly what they used to do. Just on a type of scale, you know what I mean?
This is Esna temple dedicated to the ram-headed Neter Konom. We are looking to a very important scene from ancient Egypt. That scene is called the levitation of the temple. This is officially the front side or the front gate of the temple. So what is happening? That it seems that the temple is surrounded with a kind of an energy field. And if you look carefully, this is the ground level and the field of energy touching the ground level. But the temple itself is above the ground. And the king is holding that energy field with his hand. And these tools are helping this magical effect to happen.
This is how you direct energy. This is how we photograph cymatics. We push energy through water, and when that water resonates, it creates geometry which bends the light that we're shining above it into these cool patterns. This is Chichen Itza, and this is the Kicker 12-inch subwoofer. These two share a relationship with water. If you know the geography of the Yucatan, you know that these pyramids were built over aquifers. I want you to look really closely at the components of that pyramid and the components of this subwoofer. Combining different materials with the flow of energy guides that compressed air into your ear that we perceive as sound. Now, this is what happens when you hook a very small crystal pyramid up to a Tesla coil and observe the electrical discharge. Depending on the flow of this energy, it can be dispersed or focused. That is why pyramids, stupas, and cathedrals all follow the same resonant geometry. That shape is a guide, but why over water? If you look closely, cathedrals, the pyramid, and Tesla's Wycliffe Tower are all built over aquifers. We're gonna find out. But the energy here is fundamental. This is the geometry used in high transmission acoustic focusing. Now, these are not acoustic devices, but all waves follow the same rules. As above, so below, with the frequency spectrum. Why were all of these cultures so obsessed with resonance and waveguides? What do you think they were doing with the energy? What was the energy? I'm gonna leave you with this cliffhanger because I think you know the answer.
Study the cymatic patterns displayed when bells chime. This is why so many magnificent rose windows resemble cymatic patterns so closely. This is why they look like the petrified pulsations of a star. The entire ceilings of many cathedrals also mirror this sacred cymatic geometry. This is why so many of the structures contain huge bells.
This is called the Ibrahim Karim Universal Pendulum, and it actually combines shapes of multiple different plane levels, the physical, the vital, the emotional, astral, the mental, the causal, the spiritual, and the divine levels, that all have particular geometries that resonate with them. This means that by using the correct geometric form, the ancient Egyptians understood they could create a direct resonant exchange, like with an antenna, based on the sacred geometry. Sacred geometry became an antenna to resonate with a particular higher plane. So for example, if we take a look at this level, what in the human being is the emotional body and emotional function, and referred to as an outer plane in the Western tradition as the astral plane. Astral coming from a root aster, meaning star, meaning a source of light. And the forms that connect to that are the form of a hemisphere or a pyramid. So when they use the form of a pyramid, it wasn't just for pyramid power as an energy, but what pyramid power actually is the negative green ray that was identified by the French, the penetrating carrier ray. That comes from this particular form. Both a hemisphere and a pyramid create that negative green emanation. But the reason why that form is creating the emanation is because the shape itself acts like an antenna for the astral plane. And that's why they knew further that by modifying the shape on the pyramid, by making a slight indentation in the center of the four faces of the pyramid, it's so slight you can't see it from the ground. You have to see it from the air. And from the air, you can see here the slight indentation at the faces of the major pyramids at Giza Plateau. What that did is it changed the resonance of the pyramid from the general astral plane, where the lower astral has some questionable energetics, to resonate with the higher astral. And when you do that, it cleans up the energy that's being projected by the pyramid. So one of the great secrets is the geometries act like antennas to resonate with higher planes of creation, and then as a secondary effect, they will emanate through the shape-caused wave a particular vibration that is the result of that particular connection. And they knew enough about it, in fact, to work not just with the general negative green ray, as we see here, but actually to work with sub-bands or sub-energies inside the general band.
What you guys think, man? You guys think those pyramids were built by humans using vibration techniques and sound waves and things of that nature? Or do you guys still think that these pyramids and all this stuff was built by extraterrestrials or ancient civilization that was a lot more advanced than us? You know, who knows? But it does look like we are getting closer to finding those answers, you know. You know what's weird too is some of the crop circles that I've seen look dead on some of those pictures of the church glasses, you know, and kind of like the water vibrations when it hits the water. Some of those pictures that they showed in some of those clips, if you look at crop circles closely, they kind of resemble some of those pictures. So that's just pretty interesting to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. If you guys watch this whole video, do me a favor and hit that like button. Beat the brakes off that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video.